What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video I'm going to talk about this nonsense. What you see right here is gonna be the biggest pain in the ass that you'll have, not only for this year, also for the next year. Doom 3, the raids Doom 3, they are gonna stay here for a very long time from what it seems. We are facing five new difficulties on top of the normal difficulty. And from what the developers said, if you are doing Doom 2.3 right now, when you jump to Doom 3, you will probably do Doom 3.2. So that means the scaling on the difficulty is insane, literally insane. And we have level 90 now. I don't, but some people have. And probably the Doom 3 raid will last until level 95, because as it seems this is going to be super crazy, and very few teams that we have right now will be able to do this. So make sure you organize with your alliance for to aim 60% in raids. If you can do 60% in raids, you should be happy, because this looks terrible. We are going to take a look at the nodes of the raids, and we'll talk about the different teams that we have to use right now, like Astonishing X-Men and even Web Warriors, and see that maybe even the Web Warriors is not the answer anymore. Now, before we start, I want to talk about the Bionic Avengers. Bionic Avengers, they are going to be excellent. They are going to be amazing in Doom 2. In Doom 2, for the tech nodes, the Bionic Avengers are amazing. For Doom 3, I'm not sure if the Bionic Avengers are going to be the option, especially because there is flexibility for one flex character on that team. They have a slot there that it only requires three characters plus one, so that means you have a flex slot to plug in another character there. So this is going to be a big deal. Don't expect anytime soon to clear the difficulty 5. Yes, that's where you get the ISO at level 4, but I think only whales will be able to 100% this, and that's going to be a very expensive run, because how many cores they'll have to spend. Okay, so let's get started. As always, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. If you like the information, share it with your friends, definitely share it with your alliance, to make sure that you have the right expectations. Don't jump into this content expecting to complete it right away. Okay, so we are going to take a look at the Mystic Nodes, and the Mystic Nodes are the only ones that actually look legit, because as you can see, most of these characters, they are pretty much slow. We have a lot of controller here, but we also have a lot of Mystic characters. So, for example, if you'd bring Eternals would be cock-blocked by the Red Guardian and by Emma and whatever. That would be a problem. But because you also have Mystic characters, that means that you'll be able to use Morgan Le Fay. So what you want: Morgan Le Fay, Eternals, Dormammu if you have it, and also Deathpool. I think Deathpool is going to be extremely important, because she spreads all negative effects except stun and trauma. So that's going to be very important to spread, for example, ability block from here to here, and Wong will not be able to block you. So for the Mystic team I have here on my notes, I think the best team is going to be Eternals, Morgan Le Fay, Deadpool, and probably Dormammu or some upcoming character, or even maybe Adam Warlock or Doctor Doom, because Adam Warlock is going to be very convenient because he applies stuns and ability blocks. Very important. Okay, so that's the first node, and you'll see that even on the second node, third nodes, and so on, the Mystic is the only one that looks pretty legit. Once again, very dependent on Morgan Le Fay, very dependent on Eternals. You could also use Agatha here. She has a stun that you can refresh it if you have enough Mystic enemies. And here we have Zemo. Zemo usually has very low health. And we also have Red Skull, so that means we have a summoner. We can use that with Icarus in order to blow up everyone. And Magneto is very slow. There is no other Brotherhood character here, so he's going to be very slow. It's not going to be a problem. So that's for the second Mystic node. Then for the third mystic node, the final node, the boss node, raids only with 3 nodes. Yes, we don't. It doesn't change as much. Okay, so here once again we are facing multiple men. You want to hit multiple men as fast as possible. Once again we have some mystic characters that will speed up Morgan Le Fay, so hopefully Morgan Le Fay will go before Icarus, and that will allow you to trigger 1 minion here, and then you'll have double tap with Icarus, and you'll be able to flip the immunity on this guy. It's not a big problem, Dormammu, if you can flip the immunity. You might even have to change the ISO weight on Icarus from Striker to Skirmisher. That's how ridiculous things are getting right now. And then beyond that, on the boss node, we have Dazzler, and we have another Dazzler, and you have Shang-Chi. That means that you kind of don't want to use the new Warrior's Cloak and Dagger, because if you apply blind to them, she's going to clear right away. Now, you can still use Cloak and Dagger in the other nodes, but once again, I think the best team is going to be Eternals, Deathpool, Morgan Le Fay, and Dormammu or some other big character, Adam Warlock or something like that. Okay, so we have the first Mutant node, and for the Mutant nodes, good news to everyone that invested on Silver Samurai, I guess. I'm not sure yet. We have 2 teams that are possible to use here. So one of the teams that I'm going to suggest, it's going to be the team that I usually use, which is Rogue, Iceman, Jubilee, Beast, and Omega Red. I think that's going to be the best team, because as you can see, they don't start with Emma Frost, so you don't have the speed disadvantage, and also they have Mr. Sinister. He's very, very slow. You'll be able to capitalize on 1 minion, but you don't have a summoner like Hela, you don't have a summoner like Doctor Doom, or you don't have a summoner like Multiple Men to take advantage here. So you don't want to go with full Astonishing X-Men, of course not. You might want to go with this hybrid team, once again, Rogue, Iceman, Jubilee, Beast, and Omega Red. Now, one possible team that you could also use would be Rogue, Omega Red, Silver Surfer, Emma Frost, and Mr. Sinister. And this is going to be because there are a lot of characters that apply heal block on the mutant nodes, and Mr. Sinister, he always clears the heal blocks. And whenever he has a new node, he gets energy, so you'll be able to take advantage of that, and you also clone specific characters here to help you out. Okay, so those are my 2 recommendations for these nodes. Once again, because we don't have the speed disadvantage, because we have a lot of heal blocks, and we want characters that can at least handle with those heal blocks. Okay, so that was the first node. Let's take a look at the second node and see that it's still justified. This is the same. I think it's the same. These lanes are 100% trash. It's unnecessarily confusing. I don't know why they do this. Very strange. So here we have another team. Once again, we don't have the speed disadvantage. There is no Emma Frost to mess up with us. The problem here is going to be the Doctor Stranges, very problematic, and also Drax. Whenever you see Drax, you know that problems are coming. We have Agatha. And this is once again where Emma Frost comes into play. Emma Frost is very, very strong against this team because she clears all those negative effects, and also she gives huge speed advantage to your team. Beyond that, Mr. Sinister, like I recommended, would still be good on this node, because on the first wave there is no Kestrel. Kestrel is only on the second node, on the second wave, so it's not going to be affected by Mr. Sinister in case you want to try that villain mutant team, which I think it's going to be decent. I'm not sure if it's going to be amazing. I don't have access to test servers or anything like that, but it sounds legit. So here, no problem, Emma Frost, Omega Red, Silver Samurai, Rogue, and Mr. Sinister. It would still work fine. Once again, the other team is Rogue, Omega Red, Beast, Jubilee, and Iceman. I think that team would also be good, but as you can see right here, there are literally 0 summoners to take advantage of that. Like, Astonishing X-Men full team is completely gone. For the people that invested 6 and 7 red stars on Bishop, well, that's it. There is nothing to capitalize on that anymore. And now it's all about the big Omega Reds. Okay, so we have the final mutant node. On this node we have Emma Frost here. Now this is a boss node, this is not expect for you to one-shot, but this is gonna be huge trouble. Emma Frost together with Zemo, this is going to give you insane head pain. Then we have the multiple heal blocks that I was telling you about. We have Negasonic, and we have Zemo. So this node is going to completely destroy your mind. On top of that, you also have Cersei, and you also have Madeline Pryor. Madeline Pryor, she's going to apply heal block on Beast. So I don't know, are we supposed to use magic here to clear the heal block from a Beast? Because she can do that. I'm just not sure if because of the speed disadvantage that we have, it had to be like Emma Frost, magic, and Beast and something else. This team is just insane, literally insane. This boss node is gonna be your nightmare. And more heal blocks, then we have Vickery, so you have to destroy Cersei before you get to the third wave, so pay attention to that. And finally we have Morgan Le Fay on the boss node, together with more Zemos, because why not? This node is going to be a nightmare. I expect people like to triple tap it or quadruple tap it. It's not going to be easy. Okay, moving on, let's go to the skill nodes. Once again, these waves are very confusing. And on the skill, I think we are going to do just fine with the characters we have. But there is a tricky situation here. You have Loki, and you have to destroy this Loki as fast as possible. At least as fast as the next wave drops. Because you don't want Loki to use his ultimate. If he does the ultimate, you'll waste the charge with Kestrel, and then you'll be destroyed by these two Hellas. So very, very important that whenever you do this node, you destroy Loki as fast as possible, so then Kestrel has a charge to block all these minions. Otherwise, with two Hellas at the same time, they will summon 4 Gregs and then 8 Gregs, and then you are just overwhelmed and you have to quit the node and start again. Okay, so that's for the first node. Secret Avengers, Kestrel and Shang-Chi seem to be just fine. I don't think we'll have any changes on that. Maybe it's even good time to invest some gold promotion credits on Shang-Chi if you have him at 5 red. Then we have the second node, and once again Shang-Chi comes into play. He's going to completely slap the Sneak Fury. He summons the minions, he's going to get a bunch of buffs, and then you focus on him and you completely slap everyone with your Shang-Chi. We have to be careful with this Wolverine and Sabretooth because I think they will go faster than usual. Then there is nothing that we have to specifically worry about, so the skill is looking very fine. Skill and Mystic are just fine. The problem is literally everything else. Okay, boss node for skill. Here it's going to be a little bit problematic. We have Madeline Pryor, and this is why you want Shang-Chi and Mary Hill at the same time, because if Mary Hill gets ability blocked, you want to clear it with Shang-Chi special. So this is why it's important to have two healers, because Shang-Chi is a brawler and Mary Hill is support. So Mary Hill will get ability block and Shang-Chi will not. So once again, this looks very, very fine for the Secret Avengers. We have Doctor Doom here, but Sharon Carter can easily work with that. And yes, so the skill nodes look very fine. There is Emma Frost there, but nothing to worry about. It's on the second wave. Now the bio nodes. I'm very concerned about the bio nodes. I honestly think that this is going to be trash. First wave. Look at the first wave. We have two summoners. We have Drax. So this means that we are going to have a lot of problems with the Web Warriors. The Web Warriors here are going to get destroyed. You remember this guy? This guy does the wee woo, and you're gonna get destroyed. It's the same guy from the Pestilence events. You remember that? That you had to dodge with Spider-Man and so on, so you had a chance. You had a chance to play the node. I don't think the Web Warriors are going to be the solution for this node. What I see in this node is Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, and a damage dealer character, which I think it's going to be Spider Woman. I think that's going to be the best team for this node, because this node looks like 100% garbage. You need the Black Bolt to cock block Yondu and this guy here, Ultron, because they are summoners. Whenever they do the summons, they will get disrupt and they will not be able to get buff. So I think that's going to be very important. On top of that, you are using Web Warriors against Web Warriors. If you have any experience with that, it's not a good, it's not interesting. This is actually terrible. And this guy applies trauma, so you have to destroy this guy as fast as possible. So Yo-Yo first turn, basic, clear the town from this guy, and then focus everything you have on Spider-Punk, because you only have 2 turns to destroy him. And she applies ability block, but it's not going to be a problem for Squirrel Girl. So this node, once again, I don't think the Web Warriors will be able to do it. I think the symbiotes actually have more chances because of the minions than something else. But once again, I think the best team is going to be Yo-Yo, Black Bolt, Miss Marvel, Squirrel Girl, and some damage dealing character, which I expect to be Spider Woman. And the reason why I say Spider Woman is because ability block is unavoidable. So if you can't kill him, you have to at least ability block him. And the same goes for this guy and any of these guys. Ability block unavoidable, very, very important. Okay, so that's the bio nodes. Very, very problematic. I think this video is going to take a little bit long. Okay, we are almost on 20 minutes, so let's end this. But it's just so painful. These nodes are terrible. This is really, really terrible. Okay, Web Warriors here. Web Warriors against Infinity Watch. Good luck, man. Good luck. You'll have no chance. Literally no chance. You have Beast spamming your face and Jubilee with different negative effects, blinds. It's terrible. Then you have Psylocke. She comes with dodge also. I check her T-Force. She always comes with evade, so that's gonna cause you trouble as well. And then you have Infinity Watch. Even it's full Infinity Watch. Even if Gamora is not empowered, you are going to get destroyed with the Web Warriors here. What counters Infinity Watch is Young Avengers. So without it's gonna be still a problem because you don't have Echo. But I don't think Web Warriors will have any chance here. It's just so bad. It's so much damage, so many heal blocks, blinds, stuns, and everything else. You don't have anything to clear those negative effects away. Web Warriors, they can only clear heal block if you crit. No one is using Raider on Web Warriors anymore. So I think Web Warriors are 100% dead. Moving on, we have Phoenix, Colossus, and whatever. This is irrelevant. Any team could beat that. We faced those characters with the Web Warriors on the... We faced those characters on the Pestilence event, so it's not going to be a problem. And then we have the boss node of the bio, and this node doesn't seem like too problematic. We still have a lot of heal blocks. We have the early stun, we have the offense down, and then we have mass damage clearing negative effects away. So I don't really think this is made for the Web Warriors. I think this is going to be made for a new bio team. Probably the Gamma team. Probably the Gamma team together with Black Bolt, Yo-Yo, maybe, I'm not sure. Probably the Gamma team will be the one that will slap the Doom 3. Definitely not the Web Warriors. The Web Warriors 100% dead. Moving on, let's go for the final lane, which is the tech lane. And once again, I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I don't think that the Bionic Avengers are also the answer. Or maybe they are the answer, but there is one character coming in the future that will change this. And we don't know the speed of the Bionic Avengers yet, but from what we have of Iron Man and from what we have of Vision, they are not fast enough. They are not fast at all. And you spawn with defense up. You spawn with defense up, bro. So this guy is going to flip everything. Yes. Viv can flip the defense down into defense up. Yes, that's fine. You need a gigantic Viv try to get 5 red stars at least on Viv, because she's going to be extremely important going forward in any kind of raids. Any kind of raids that we have going forward, Viv is going to be the #1 character. And this node is terrible. These tech nodes are disgusting. Star-Lord T'Challa here, Lady Deathstrike here, they will have a very, very hard time, especially against Strange Supreme. He really likes to mess up with Lady Deathstrike. And once again, we don't have any minions to capitalize on the abilities of Lady Deathstrike. The last minions, we have a lot of revives. This is extremely dangerous. You have to be very careful with these Strange, because they revive. And then we have Wong, so you have to be very careful. Like, it has to be teams that can really hold on. This is a new meta. This is the teams that have to be like super beefy. Shuri, I think Shuri is going to be still meta, because you need her deflects. Her healing sucks, but if you have Viv together with Shuri, Viv will flip the heal blocks into death proofs, and then you need the Shuri to heal and to apply the deflects and defense up more often, because the Bionic Avengers, they only have defense up on spawn. So that's going to be very important. Moving on to the second node. The tech nodes, they look extremely scary. Okay, second node, let's take a look at that. And here we have Zemo. So defense up on spawn, forget about that. Zemo will go first. You will clear the defense up from Vision, and this time you'll not even be able to flip defense up into from defense down to defense up. No chance. You will clear everything. Once again, this is why you need Shuri. You need Shuri to, at least on the second turn. So imagine, Zemo goes, clears all the defense up, then Shuri, if they get low, she will apply deflects and so on. When Shuri has her second turn, then you give defense up once again to everyone else, and you have to deal with this guy as fast as possible, because he keeps clearing your defense ups away. We also have this girl to apply disrupt, so once again Viv coming into play to flip all of this into positive effects. But this is not going to be easy. Viv very important, but I also think Shuri is going to be important. Look at this burst damage. Without the defense up late game, without deflects, especially without deflects that cancel crits, your team is going to get destroyed, because you have a lot of buffs, and you need the Shuri with the deflects and the defense up to block all this supreme damage. Okay, so that's just the second node. That's still not the boss node. Let's take a look at the boss node. Once again, Viv, she's going to be great at flipping those negative effects into positive effects, but I think that her ability of ability block, if there is a minion, once again, that's only good on the Doom 2 raids. On the Doom 3 raids, it seems that those abilities are not going to be as great. Okay, so, except on the boss node, where you have one chance only, that the minion of Doctor Doom will spawn next to him, and then you can ability block several characters together. This is going to be very interesting. And here is where Lady Deathstrike and other characters will become a possibility once again, because we have the similar mechanics like we had on Doom 2. So here you can use Star-Lord T'Challa, you can use Lady Deathstrike, you can use V-Vision, and that's it. Shuri, it's still going to be important. We still have tons of damage. We need the defense up and we need the deflects. And she can clear, so she's someone that we'll have to destroy early on. Blinds don't work on her, and even her basic is messed up for us. And that's it. Those are the biggest problems with the new raids. Looks very scary. Bio looks terrible. I think the solution for Bio, it's not going to be the Web Warriors, it's going to be the Gamma team. And in terms of the mutant nodes, tech nodes and so on, the mutant nodes, the skill nodes, I think we have some tools to work with. Mystic looks to be the easiest way. Once again, Eternals, Morgan Le Fay, you'll be fine. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content. We'll have guides in the future, step by step, on what you have to do in order to one-shot these nodes, in case it's possible. If it's not possible, of course, we'll come up with solutions that you can have with your alliance to still do 60% on the raids, without having to waste any kind of resources. Reaching that goal of difficulty 5, once again, it's going to be literally impossible for at least the next 6 months to 1 year, because this raid is going to last for a long time, because I guess they are running out of content or something. They don't want to introduce the purple isolate, and so they have to make this last as long as possible. So that's all for now, guys. Once again, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.